Have you ever looked at someone wildly successful and thought, what's their secret? Like, how did they go from a regular person, just like you and me, to achieving things most of us only dream about? Maybe it's easy to believe they were just lucky, born into the right family, went to the right school, or had better connections. But what if I told you that the real difference, the magic, if you will, starts with one invisible but powerful force: the way they think. Think about this. Two people apply for the same job. One says, "I'm probably not good enough, but I'll give it a shot." The other walks in thinking, "This job is mine. I've got what it takes." Guess who gets the job? It's not always the one with the better resume, but the one who believes they belong there. That belief is what the magic of thinking big is all about. Hello, I am Bharat, and welcome to Audiofybooks, where you will find excellent audio summaries of books in a very easy and interesting way. If you want to learn from new books, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started with today's book. This book isn't about quick hacks or magical shortcuts. It's about rewiring the way you think so you can aim higher, do more, and become more than you ever thought possible. David J. Schwartz tells us up front, you don't need to be a genius, have wealthy parents, or graduate from an Ivy League school to be wildly successful. What you need is to start thinking bigger, because small thoughts lead to small lives, and big thoughts open doors that were previously invisible. The first thing Schwartz emphasizes is the raw, magnetic power of belief. Not wishful thinking, not daydreaming, but real belief. The kind of belief that makes you get up and actually act on your goals. Imagine you want to start your own business. The difference between saying, "I hope this works," versus "I know this will work, and I'll figure it out," is everything. One mindset hesitates, the other charges forward. And guess what? People, opportunities, and even luck tend to show up more often for those who believe they're already on their way to winning. But here's where it gets real. The enemy of belief: excuses. We all make them. I'm too old. I don't have the time. I'm not smart enough. Schwartz calls these excuse diseases, and just like real diseases, they spread and weaken you. He gives these excuses names: health excuses, intelligence excuses, age excuses, and luck excuses. Sound familiar? If only I were younger. If only I had better genes. But these are just stories we tell ourselves to avoid facing the discomfort of change. The truth is, people of every age, every background, and every level of education have done amazing things because they chose to stop making excuses and start thinking differently. Now, thinking big isn't just about ambition. It's about your attitude toward people and life. Schwartz says, you are what you think you are. Think you're second rate? That's how you'll act. Think you deserve success and respect? People will reflect that belief back at you. One of his examples is about appearance. He's not saying to obsess over looks, but he points out that when you carry yourself like someone who matters, dressing well, speaking with confidence, you start to feel like someone who matters. And that's when the world starts treating you differently. Another powerful lesson from the book is about goals. Most people aim low because it feels safer. If I set a small goal and fail, it won't hurt as much. But Schwartz flips that idea on its head. He says, big goals attract big results. Small goals attract small results. So if you're dreaming of a better job, don't just wish for a raise. Visualize running your own team. Don't just want to pass the class. See yourself topping the whole semester. When you aim high, even if you fall a little short, you're still way ahead of where small thinking would have landed you. And here's the thing. People who think big don't avoid problems. They expect them. They welcome them. Schwartz tells a story of a businessman who always told his team, let's not wish for fewer problems. Let's become bigger than the problems. That's what thinking big really is. It's not avoiding struggle. it's becoming strong enough to handle it. Then there's the way we interact with others. Schwartz is crystal clear. Big thinkers build others up. They don't gossip, belittle, or compete in petty ways. They give others credit. They encourage and praise. Because thinking big isn't just about personal gain. It's about expanding the world around you. People naturally want to follow someone who makes them feel valued and inspired. That's the kind of leader this book teaches you to become. Speaking of leadership, Schwartz dives deep into how to be a person that others want to follow. He says you don't need a fancy title to lead. You just need to think like someone who takes responsibility, someone who makes decisions, someone who lifts others instead of dragging them down. And that starts with how you speak. He warns against what he calls defeatist language, saying things like, "It's impossible," or "That'll never work." The words you use shape the way you think. So if you want to lead a better life, speak like someone who already believes they're on the way there. Let's talk about action, because belief without action is just a wish. One of the most practical parts of this book is Schwartz's call to act now. Don't wait for perfect conditions. They rarely come. Don't wait to feel ready. Readiness grows as you take steps. There's this great example of a man who wanted to write a book, but kept saying he needed more time, more research, more clarity. You know the type, right? A perfectionist stuck in neutral. But once he just started writing messy, imperfect drafts, things began to move. That's the magic of doing. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. Another major piece of the puzzle: confidence. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build, like a muscle. Schwartz gives practical tools. Speak up in meetings, walk faster, sit in the front row, volunteer to take the lead. These may sound small, but they rewire your brain to see yourself as someone who belongs in successful rooms. Confidence grows when you repeatedly prove to yourself that you can do hard things. Let's not forget the importance of environment. Schwartz says, your mind is your most precious asset. Protect it. That means being careful about who you spend time with and what you consume. If your circle is always negative, complaining, or playing small, you'll naturally shrink too. But when you surround yourself with people who think big, dream big, and act boldly, you grow just by being near them. It's contagious. He even talks about how to think big in relationships. Don't nitpick, don't keep score. Think generously, forgive quickly, expect the best in people, and most of the time, they'll rise to meet that expectation. Thinking big isn't just a career thing. It touches how you treat your family, your friends, and even strangers. By the end of the book, you realize something powerful. Thinking big is a lifestyle. It's not about arrogance or being unrealistic. It's about choosing to believe in better outcomes, taking bold steps, and refusing to shrink in the face of fear. It's about creating a life that's bigger, not just in size or status, but in impact, love, and legacy. So, if you've ever felt stuck, uncertain, or like you're meant for more, this book is your wake-up call. You don't need more credentials. You don't need to wait for permission. You just need to start thinking big, right now, right where you are. Thanks for listening to this immersive summary of the magic of thinking big. If this sparked something in you, don't forget to subscribe to Audiofybooks for more such powerful book summaries. And remember, the size of your success is determined by the size of your thinking. Until next time, keep thinking big.